on the phone right now. Mr. Mahama, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning, Kojo.
Good morning. Okay, so we've now seen the expose. This is not a problem you were not aware of. You've talked about it on many occasions. But now we know some of the faces behind it. First of all, what has happened to those who were identified in this expose?
So what actually, your team, I must say a big thank you to them. They played the video for us. All ECG staff that have been involved have been called in. They are supposed to, we were showed the video last week, I think Thursday. So they were called in for a meeting this morning. And after that, we will announce the steps and the steps that have been taken.
Right. What is the plan of ECG? What do you intend to do to these people?
Okay. So as I was explaining earlier, we are doing our best to digitize this whole process from top to bottom. We again, not because of anything, but I'm not going to defend this thing. I'm going to apologize. What some people have gone through when it comes to meter acquisition is appalling, is sad, but we have to fix it. Now, to fix this, the only way is to reduce the level of human intervention in this whole process. So what we've done is to start from the ECG app, where upon your registration onto the app with your phone number, at the top right corner, there's a portion that says service request. So under service request, you can either report an issue, change your account details, report a faulty meter, report your issues, and then also start the process of your new meter acquisition. What ECG is trying to do is to make sure that the point where you interface with our staff, every single detail towards your meter acquisition digitally has been completed. So that at that point in time, with your transaction ID and with the requisite information, we know what exactly we are going to do for you and the location that we are going to.
Right. I recall when we first had this conversation, and you pointed out to us that after your KYC exercise in Kwabenya, I believe, you discovered about 15,000 customers in that area alone that you were not aware of beforehand. Now,
that's correct.
Having listened to the solution you intend to implement, I'm wondering, what is there to stop some other ECG member of staff from walking up to someone's home, offering them one of these meters, hooking them up to the grid, and completely evading detection so that this customer can consume electricity without paying for it? What is to prevent that from happening?
At the moment, nothing. So what we are trying to do, and it's in the test environment, is something similar to what you have with DSTV, where the meter activation, unless you follow the process and the meter is activated within the system, when you post it out there, it cannot be activated. Right. We want to try to have a system that is seamless, where from the beginning, from your application, an ID is tagged to you, that same ID is tagged to your meter, and then upon pasting the meter on your home, that same ID allows us to activate the meter. Currently, with the test that we've done, if you do not have that seamless process, the meter will be posted on your house, but the meter cannot bend or the meter cannot be activated.
Right.
And I say this solely in respect to prepaid meters. Now, your question you asked, if it comes to postpaid meters, like through the expose, what the guy did at Makola, where the man was given a postpaid meter, it wasn't put in the system, and no meter reader had read it for 3 months.
Yeah.
With that one, as the government policy says, we have to try and shy away from postpaid meters as quickly as possible. But that being said, to close the gap immediately, we need to find a very short process which would allow us in activation of these meters. Again, Kujo, in speaking to everybody, if you do not have a meter, now it's not a problem. we did accept or acknowledge that we had shortage of meters for some period. So we started what we call the flat rate system. So I will encourage anybody and everybody who doesn't have a meter, who has applied for a meter and it hasn't come, a separate service, please come to our office. Don't deal with anybody outside the wall. Please enter. Let's discuss, because we can immediately come to your site. If we do not have the requisite meter, we can set up, give you your account details, and put you on a flat rate. The whole idea is to make sure that you can consume, but you cannot consume at zero. And if our meter is faulty and we don't have a meter in stock, we still have your consumption history. So based on your consumption history, we can calculate the average and put you on the average until such a time that your meter is ready and it will be replaced. And then we have a full list and know how to target all of them on a constant basis.
Right. So you've talked about this new technology you've been testing, which will require a meter to be activated, just like the DSTV system.
Yeah.
What's the timeline on this? Is this something you're going to roll out? Because until you implement it, it's still bonanza for any corrupt member of ECG staff that wants to do the wrong thing.
I do agree. Actually, we've tested it in one or two areas, and we are about to go live with it. You know what? Why don't we do this? Why don't I invite you guys over and take you through it? So we can actually do the education together.
Okay, that'll be helpful.
Yeah, I think that'll be best. It will shorten the gap on the conversation, and it will also make our customers comfortable.
Mr. Mahama, if I've gone through a third party, not necessarily ECG, and I have a meter, and nobody has read the meter so far, what should I do?
So you need to take a picture of the meter reading, and then come over. We'll regularize it. We do acknowledge that due to our lax system, it has created some inconveniences. Nobody's going to hold you responsible. Nobody's going to prosecute you. So far as the meter can show what you've consumed, and we can set up your account. Because some of them, what they did was they didn't even set up their account. So we'll set up the account. We'll structure everything. If the bill is too exorbitant and we have to put you on a payment plan, yes, we'll put you on a payment plan.
Yeah. Okay, well, you've told us that you're going to be meeting with those who were identified in the expose.
Yes.
I can't help but ask you this. One of them made a very interesting comment about you, suggesting that, when you put a 33-year-old person in charge of ECG, this is what will happen, suggesting that there is some reason why these things are happening, and it's down to your youthfulness.
Yeah.
Well, how do you respond to that?
The beautiful thing is that I thank the person so much for giving me that young age of 33. That's the first point. But the truth of the matter is, this thing that this person has been doing, he's been doing it for years. And this has been there for even a security man to actually offer. They will keep finding loopholes around every structure, but until you digitize the structure and close the gap, that is what would happen. But in fairness to them, finally, he's been caught on tape doing what he has to do. Let's see if he can come back and work with the 33-year-olds.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on this development and find out for sure what happens
Coffee in your
to
cup.
these individuals
once
they have this meeting. Thank you for your time with us.
I am here.
Today you've not said anything to me. Are we fighting?
Next time, don't worry.
That's
all right, bro. But anyway, I must say a big thank you to you guys. You've been very supportive, and I like the way you don't spare me, and I like the way you also praise me. And I really want this cooperation to work because of how we want to deliver the right service to the good people of Ghana. Right. This success will be for all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's Samuel Dubik Mahama. He's the MD of ECG. All right, listen, this conversation is nowhere near its end. We'll talk more about this.